we have Jamie Cheek, Flip the First, running for Congress as a Democrat for Utah's 1st Congressional District. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining us on MeidasTouch. So I guess the first question is a Democrat in Utah, are you going to flip the first? Is it a dream or are you going to flip the first, Jamie?
You know, I think I am the only Democrat in this race that really can flip the first. And I think in Utah, so often we're told only moderate Democrats can win. And we keep putting up moderate Democrats and we keep losing. So we're trying something different. We're being that progressive, kind of loud and proud blue Democrat to kind of excite people to want to vote. And so I think we have several factors in our going our direction for us to be able to flip the first.
And so I'd love to hear about those factors. What is the progressive agenda of a Democrat running for the 1st Congressional District in Utah look like, Jamie?
So we have some big key issues that we talk about: healthcare, education, the environment, and those are the kitchen table issues. Those are things that affect everyone here in Utah, whether or not they're Republican, they're Democrat. We have a strong unaffiliated population here as well. And so that's why it's exciting to be a progressive Democrat, because we're on the right side of the issues that matter to people in Utah. We also have a strong independent streak. So having Trump at the top of the ticket does not excite Utahns to the ballot box. So we're going to have people showing up to vote for a Democrat when they might not have done that in the past.
And one of the interesting things with having Trump at the top of the ticket is it seems that he's criticized Utah based on his disdain or jealousy of Mitt Romney, more than anyone, and has really been punitive, to the state and to the district. Do you think that will play in your favor as you're running, where you have an executive, a president? It's so hard to say those words, but to have an individual who's so discriminatory to citizens of Utah and has retaliated against Utah because its Republican senator shames him based on his success.
I mean, Mitt Romney's not my favorite guy, but he has done some really great things, like voting for impeachment. He recently introduced legislation to increase the minimum wage for our essential workers, and that's great things that we need to have done. And so I think it definitely puts Utah on the map because Mitt Romney's kind of that scorned son by Trump. So I think, yeah, he won overwhelmingly here for his Senate race, but I think that it's because of the values that he holds that he's not necessarily far right as a Republican, but he can see rationality and he can see when the right choice is in front of him, and that's one of the most important parts.
And in many ways, because of the scorn that Trump shows, it looks like Utah has become a scorned state to this administration, which is just utterly absurd, just given at its core, when I think of Utah, I think of family values, first and foremost, I think of tradition, I think of all the things that the Republican Party should stand for, but I think what we've seen is this schism where the Republican Party really isn't a Republican Party anymore. You have a Trump party of Republicans, and then you have this area of like reasonable, rational people who want to help people, which I think you're filling that niche.
Yeah, exactly. I think, when we look at the Republican primary, so one of the cool things about my seat is we don't have an incumbent. He's retired and he's actually running for governor. So we have a primary with 4 Republicans running, and they're all stumbling over each other to show who's the bigger Trump fan or who's more, aligned with his policies. And I think Utahns are just tired of talking about Trump, and they don't agree with a lot of the things that he's doing. And we have a really strong social network here. The church here has a lot of training programs and resources for people. And so these are the people who want to do good. They want to help others. And that's exactly what a progressive agenda does, is we want to help the citizens of Utah. We want to help the citizens of America kind of, get on their feet and be able to access that American dream we all talk about.
And Jamie Cheek, if voters, constituents, viewers how can they donate to you? How can they find out about the issues that are important to you? Where can they go to find that out?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have our website, which is cheekforutah.com. Lots of people seem to like it. It's really simple. It kind of gives you opportunities to volunteer as well as donate. For those of you in Utah in CD1, we're getting yard signs tomorrow, so you can sign up for that on the website as well. And it really lists out the specific priorities that are so important to us. Healthcare, I think, is such a big topic because we've seen this pandemic, and we're the only country where millions of people lost their jobs, but millions of people also lost their health care. And so it's showing the cracks in our society. It's showing how our society is broken to privilege the top 1%. And, it uniquely hurts the middle class and those who struggle the most. And we have got to be better. We deserve better.
Jamie Cheek for Utah, Flip the First. Thanks for joining us at MeidasTouch. Appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.